Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 1st of December 2022. Essence. Sweet children, the Yogeshwar, the God of Yoga, the Father, has come to teach you Raj Yoga. It is only by studying this yoga that you will become conquerors of sin and then become world emperors and empresses in the future. Question. What promise must you remember in order to be saved from sin? Answer. Mine is one Shiv Baba and none other. Have true spiritual love for the one Father. If you remember this promise, you won't perform sinful actions. Maya makes you body conscious and makes you perform wrong actions. Baba is the Master. Remember him and battle with full force against Maya, and you won't be defeated. Question. What hope does the Father have in his children? Answer. Just as a physical father wants to give his children a high education, in the same way, the Unlimited Father says, I want to make my children into angels of heaven. If you children just follow my Srimat, you can become elevated. Song. I have come having awakened my fortune. Om Shanti. You sweetest children know that you have come here to make your new fortune. To whom? To Yogeshwar, to God who teaches you. This is called Raja Yoga. God is teaching yoga. Which yoga? There are many types of Hatha yoga. This is not a physical yoga. Sannyasis have yoga with the elements and with Brahma. God doesn't teach them yoga. You children know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is once again teaching you Raja Yoga, as he did in the previous cycle. Sannyasis would never say that they taught this yoga in the previous cycle, and that they are now teaching it once again. You children can say this. Those Hatha yogis cannot teach Raja Yoga. It is Shiv Baba who teaches us, and he is also called the Yogeshwar. People call Krishna the Yogeshwar by mistake. Krishna is the Prince of the Golden Age. There is no question of yoga there. This is a very good point. Learn the art of explaining to others. You have to explain tactfully. Everything for you depends on yoga. The more you stay in yoga, the more you will become conquerors of sin. The ancient yoga of Bharat is remembered very much. No one, apart from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, can teach this Raja Yoga. That is why his name is Yogeshwar. It is only God who teaches Raja Yoga. For what does he teach Raja Yoga? Does he give the sovereignty of Bharat? No, it is not a question of Bharat alone. I teach you children Raja Yoga in order to make you into the masters of the whole world. This aim and objective is clear. Although someone may rule over a piece of land and not over the whole world, it would be said that he is the master of the world. You children know that you have come having created your fortune for the new world. The whole world is to become new. Bharat is the capital. In your new world too, Delhi will be the capital. That is remembered as the land of angels. You are the angels of knowledge. You take a dip in the ocean of knowledge and change from human beings into angels of heaven. This is the Mansarovar, lake that changes human beings into angels. It is said that by bathing in it, human beings become angels. You have come here to become angels of heaven. You are receiving your sovereignty. You will have a lot of jewelry. You say that you are studying Raja Yoga, through which you will become emperors and empresses in the future. However, you will only become that if you follow Srimat well. Don't think that those who become subjects will also be called angels. No. You have to imbibe divine virtues by following Srimat. A physical father is attached to his children, and so he wants his children to have a higher education. This father also says, I will make you into the angels of heaven. To the extent that you follow Srimat, so you will accordingly become elevated. There is no difficulty. The wealthy don't have time to listen to this. Only the poor have time. No one else has as much time as you do. Those people who have a lot of concerns are unable to have yoga. Today, Baba asked a child, do you know whose chariot you are serving? Someone who looks after horses would be aware of the horse of which master he is looking after. You also know whose chariot this is. If you serve this chariot while remembering Shiv Baba, you can claim a status higher than that of many others. This one is just the chariot, but you have to remember Shiv Baba. Even if you remember this much, your boat can go across. For where is Baba teaching you Raja Yoga? For the future new world. He teaches it at the confluence age. How would Krishna teach Raja Yoga? He was in the golden aged kingdom, but who established that kingdom? The Father. Who made the ancient deities become that? Who taught them Raja Yoga? Those people mention Krishna's name. The Father says, I teach you children at this time. You have come having awakened your fortune in order to claim a high status in the future new world. The Father says, remember me and become the masters of the pure world. There is no other way. On the one hand, they remember the purifier and ask him to come. On the other hand, they say that the rivers are the purifier. This is such a big mistake. It is a small thing, but you do have to open the eyes of human beings. When the Father comes, he explains that he is the purifier. I bathe you in knowledge and purify you. This is an impure world. Sannyasis teach many types of yoga. However, I am the only one who can teach Raja Yoga. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Himself, is called the Purifier. You should remember Him so much. You also need good manners. We are becoming 16 celestial degrees full. Your food and drink should be pure. Some imbibe this quickly. Liberation in life in a second is remembered. There wouldn't have been just one Janak. An example is given of just one. There wouldn't have been just one Draupadi either. God maintains the honour of everyone. He saves both men and women from becoming impure. They have written Krishna's name in the Gita. Whatever you children do at this time, that becomes a memorial on the path of devotion. The Shiv Baba temple is so big. The names of those who do service are glorified. The Dilwala temple is your accurate memorial. Down below you are doing tapasya, and up above there are images of the kingdom. You are now having yoga with the Father in order to become the masters of heaven. You also remember heaven. When a person dies, people say that he has gone to heaven. However, no one knows where heaven is. They believe that Bharat was heaven, and then they say that it is up above. The Father explains, liberation in life in a second is remembered. Even then they speak of the ocean of knowledge. Even if you make the trees of a forest into pens and the ocean into ink, this knowledge will not finish. It will continue till the end. Therefore you have to make effort. It is right to say that it just takes a second. When you know the Father, the inheritance from Him is liberation in life. Together with that, how the cycle turns and how the religions are established is also explained to you. So many things have to be explained. Together with that, remember the Father and also remember your inheritance. You remember those, and you also have the faith that you are claiming the sovereignty of the world. So why do you then forget it? Therefore, Baba says, the more you remember me, the more your sins will be absolved. This is why it takes time until you reach your Karmatit stage. When you reach your Karmatit stage, you won't be able to stay here any longer. Baba has been explaining to you children for years. It is a very simple matter, alpha and beta. Baba also tells you the secrets of the cycle. When you have all the secrets in your intellects, you also have to explain them to others. You have the whole tree in your intellects. You have to claim the easiest inheritance from the Father. Some say, Baba, I am unable to have yoga. Maya makes me commit sin. The Father explains, children, if you commit sin, you will have to make a lot of effort. Maya makes you body conscious and makes you perform wrong actions. The Father says, "Children, after belonging to me, don't perform any sinful actions. You promised that you would belong to one Shiv Baba and none other. When a Kumari gets engaged, she has so much love for her husband-to-be. Therefore, you should have so much love for the unlimited Father. Your love is so incognito. That is physical, whereas this is spiritual. They have developed that practice. Here you repeatedly forget because this is something new. You have to consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. You are godly helpers. You are spiritual servers. You are standing on the battlefield. Baba, the Master, is also standing with you. He says, fight Maya with full force so that these 5 vices don't interfere. Some write, Baba, an evil spirit came. Baba says, continue to chase away those evil spirits. They will continue to come till the end, and they will bring very powerful storms. Storms that you never had on the path of ignorance will also come. You would say that you were in the stage of retirement and never had such thoughts, but that after coming into knowledge, there was the intoxication of lust. You also have such dreams. What is this? This is wonderful knowledge. Some become confused and leave. Baba tells you that many storms will come. The stronger you become, the more Maya will make you fall, and this is why you have to become Mahavirs and stable. Stay in remembrance of Baba. You mustn't put those thoughts into practice. By putting them into practice, you commit sin. You have to make a lot of effort and remove any bad habits. The eternal surgeon knows, and this Baba also knows, that there are many types of obstacle from Maya. Here you have to become very pure. If you want to become part of the Sun dynasty, you have to become worthy. This is Raja Yoga, yoga to become kings, not yoga to become subjects. Therefore make effort and claim the kingdom. You can go anywhere tactfully in an incognito way. Say to them, tell us whom we should remember so that we can be liberated from sorrow. People speak of the ancient yoga of Bharat, but what is that? Can you teach us Raja Yoga so that we can become kings? You should ask them such things and bring them into knowledge. Show such bravery that their intellects become receptive to just one thing. You have to become those who are diplomatic. That is why Baba asks, have you become serviceable enough? You have to be very cautious. At this time the world is very dirty. There is a story about this of how Kitchak, one with impure vision, chased Draupadi. This is why Baba says that you have to be very cautious. The main thing is Raja Yoga. Explain to anyone who comes that it was the Father who taught Raja Yoga, and yet the name of the child was mentioned. Secondly, also prove that Krishna is not God at all. The God of the Gita is Shiva, from whom we receive the inheritance of heaven. You need wise methods to explain this. Your service is spiritual, whereas those social workers do physical service. That is worldly society, and this is spiritual society. You spirits are given an injection, and this is why it is said, when the Sat Guru gives you the ointment of knowledge, ... The lights of souls are now extinguished. When a person dies, people light a lamp. They believe that the soul would otherwise be in darkness. There truly is unlimited darkness. There hasn't been any oil poured into souls for half a cycle. The lights of souls have been extinguished. Now, by the oil of knowledge being poured in, there is light. The Father now tells you, children, constantly remember me alone. Krishna cannot say this. We souls are brothers. We are claiming our inheritance from the Father. It is good to write a chart of how long you stay in remembrance of Baba. By your practicing this, that stage will then become firm. This method is good. Also continue to do service. Keep your chart and you will continue to make progress. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap-Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana. 1. Be very careful that no evil spirit enters you. Never become confused by the storms of Maya. Remove any bad habits. 2. Keep your chart of remembrance. Together with that, become a spiritual server and give souls an injection of knowledge. Blessing. May you be a carefree emperor who is constantly seated on the heart throne while carrying out any task. Those who are constantly seated on Bap-Dada's heart throne become carefree emperors, because the speciality of this throne is that those who are seated on it will have no worries about anything. Nowadays, some places have especially been given some newness or speciality, and the speciality of being seated on this throne is that no worries can come to you. The heart throne is blessed, and so you should be constantly seated on the heart throne whenever you carry out any task. Slogan. In order to claim a number ahead, along with love and cooperation, also imbibe the form of power. Om Shanti.